Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. Plenty to talk about this week. Make sure you go and do those 5-star reviews on iTunes. As long as they're 5 stars, we will read them on air. We do have a new one this week. So thank you to Chill Breed. The title is You Had Me at Last Dragon. Oh, that's right. This person, I think, meant to put this in the Black on Black Cinema thing. So I will save it for that. So you made a little bit of a mistake there, Chill Breed.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But I'll save it for that show. So make sure you get those 5-star reviews in on iTunes. As long as they're 5 stars, we will read them. And they're for the right show. All right, let's get right into Checked Out. Terrence, you watched, you've almost finished The Haunting of Hill House.
I believe I am on episode 8 or 9. There's only 10 episodes. It's good. It's very good. It's very slow. And it's not...
This is the one starring Carla Gugino, is that right?
Yeah. It's strange because basically it's about this family back in 1992, if I'm not mistaken. It's
very scary.
Yeah. Whatever. They live in this house for a summer. And it's a house that clearly is haunted. You just walk up to it and you see it in the background. Like, no,
the architecture is haunted.
It's automatically haunted. But crazy shit happens in the house. And fast forward to 2018, they're just basically the show goes through the effects that the house has had on the entire family.
Interesting.
It goes back in flashbacks to when they were there, the events that took place that caused all of these, like, the family is just cursed at this point. And throughout the series, it's basically just kind of revealing exactly what the hell happened. And I'm on episode, I don't know what episode I'm on. It's either 8 or 9, where it just finally kind of lets you know what the hell is going on with the house. It's haunted, of course, but
shocking.
But why it's happening? And the mother's dead. She dies that summer in the house, and the father is basically trying to keep it a secret as to what actually happened from his children for 20 years. And finally, everything comes to pass. And it's got a lot of jump scares, which to me, they're just corny. Like loud noises, banging noises, shit just popping up. There are some sequences that I'm like, that's kind of creepy. Like that's a little scary. Like there's this ghost called the bent neck lady. Nope. And she just kind of
already out.
Yes.
Nah.
That sounds like something out of a Resident Evil game.
She just shows up when this woman, when you're sleeping, you go into like sleep paralysis, and she shows up like in front of you.
No,
that's fun. There's another one that's a super tall guy that like floats. He's got a cane. It's wild.
I like Hill bullshit. Man.
Yeah, no, dude. I don't like horror video games. No, I'm out.
Like, I really enjoy it just from the family dynamic alone. Like, they don't necessarily like each other, and some people are like, "No, they're like that shit didn't happen," and other people are like, "Yes, it did." There's these two twins, who are the youngest of the children. Mm-hmm. Like, they're twins, so like they feel each other. They like when something happens to one, the other one feels it.
Oh, like Tomax and Xamot from G.I. Joe.
Or whatever. Like I don't know who they are. Who the hell? G.I. They were G.I. Joe characters. What did you say? Tomax and what now?
Yeah, Tomax and Xamot. They were twins. And
sure, whatever.
They felt each other's pain.
Yeah.
From that documentary, G.I. Joe, the cartoon.
But yeah, they have a story arc, which is kind of sad. Like, it's just fucked up. Okay. But it's good. Like, it's really good. I think it's directed by the same guy that did Gerald's Game. I think that's why what's her name is in it.
Carla Gugino.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's a good show. Like if you like horror, suspense horror, or whatever, you should check it out. Some people think it's too slow, but it's 10 episodes. You gotta
pull it out.
It's basically it's just finding out what the hell happened. You want to keep watching to figure out why the hell these people are the way they are and what happened in the house. But it's good. I would recommend it.
Okay. You recommending it means I'll never see it.
It's not.
No, don't look. Don't just do it. It's not scary.
I don't like ghost shit, yo.
Yeah.
I don't like ghost shit.
It's clearly just ghost shit.
Yeah.
No, I almost turned it. Actually, before we continued, I almost was like, "Yo, I'm out," because it was in the very beginning, within the first 5 minutes. The oldest brother goes to this woman's house, and she's basically telling a story about her husband. He gets in a car accident and ends up dying. But the way she delivered her lines, I was like,
is this going to be the standard?
What the fuck is going on? Because they were really poorly delivered. Like she was reading from like a cue card, like a script. And I'm like, well, she is reading from a script, but like the way she was, I'm like, yo, if the rest of the show was like this, I'm done. Like it was that bad to me.
Wow.
But like it picked up. And
like how people read off of cue cards on SNL, and I'm like, can no one remember their lines?
No, it's not.
Everyone is staring off into
the
middle.
Like a theater acting doesn't fit in like a television show. It was kind of like that. I'm like, what the fuck is she
weirdly
doing?
Over the top in a lot of ways.
Very bizarre.
Okay.
But it's good. Like anyone that like it's fucking October, you know, like just 10 episodes, you can knock it out by the end of the month.
There's other things on Netflix. By the time this episode comes out, that I'll be watching.
It's hard. It's October.
Daredevil.
Spirit, goddammit.
No, Daredevil. That's got a devil in it. Close enough. That's as close as I'm going to get. No, but your recommendation for horror movies tells me almost immediately I shouldn't see it. So that's good. That's a good thing because I'm a giant pussy. So,
but it's not scary.
Again, I feel like you're saying things.
Jump scares are whack to me.
They are whack.
They are whack, but they also scare me.
Like the show
that show is whack.
Come on, man. Like loud banging. Like,
you can't kill ghosts, yo.
Yeah. I discovered in a conversation with Terrence before we did the show that like your absolute hatred for ghost shit, my version of that is I don't like country themed horror movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
Children,
hillbilly.
Yeah, like I don't like. If I like my murder like I like my living, which is in a city. Where murder is supposed to happen.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't like hillbilly shit either.
No, come on out to the country. We'll show you a good like a pig.
Nah.
You ever seen Deliverance?
I've seen enough of Deliverance.
I heard the line. That was enough for me. That's about
that movie's fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was stuck in the fucking mountains of West Virginia.
No.
Yeah, that's a little too close.
Yeah, too close to home. So that's my ghost shit is what I'm going to refer to as country horror.
Okay.
The genre of country horror. So I actually finally had a chance, which is crazy for me that I hadn't finished this already, but I finally got a chance to finish the documentary Active Measures, which is all about the Russian collusion stuff. It's on Hulu. If you haven't seen it, it's excellent. Like, it's really good. And I won't get into politics or anything, but if you're interested in that kind of stuff, it is definitely worth your time. If you believe in like facts and research and news. But it's really, really good. Like, they do a really good job of drawing connections in not just to like Putin, but also to like Semyon Mogilevich, who, if you don't know, is like kind of like the Don Corleone of Russian mobsters. Like, he's still around. And it's really fascinating. They do really good connections between all of these other stories that everybody sort of kind of knows, and other stories like that people don't really know that line up with some shit. Like, just quickly, again, not to get into too much into politics, but there is a guy, I can't remember his name at this point. It's a lot of very similar sounding names, but there was a guy who was, he was a millionaire or billionaire, some sort of rich, socialite kind of magnate guy, in the Ukraine. And he ran for president of Ukraine, and he was completely propped up by, Putin, and they definitely cheated to get this guy in. And he was this right-wing, loud, boisterous, charismatic, rich guy. I think he was also into real estate. Like, he was just a fucking over the top. He could not have been a better Ukrainian version of Donald Trump if you created a character. Like, he was the exact same. And I was like, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. And then they were like, and now this is happening in the US. I was like, that's the same plan. They just did the same fucking plan on a bigger scale. But it was actually it was fascinating. Like, that guy was, like, they clearly were like, we need a smaller version to test this theory. Does it work? And it did work. And they used the same methods. So, yeah, Active Measures. Again, if you're into politics and you're into, finding out about this stuff, again, whatever your politics are, you should, know what reality is. But it's worth checking out. I thought it was actually very, very good. Micah, you saw Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yes, I did.
I'm very interested to hear your thoughts.
Bad Times at the El Royale is set in 1969. The plot follows 7 strangers who each are hiding a dark secret that comes to a head one night in a shady hotel on the California-Nevada border. It's directed by Drew Goddard and written by him as well. And it's good.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Wait, who did what?
Drew Goddard wrote and directed this movie.
Who's Drew Goddard?
Oh, let's see.
He's done. He did a lot of the writing. Some of his directing for the first season of Daredevil.
Yeah.
He works with Joss Whedon a lot.
Consultant on Deadpool 2. He directed. He wrote and co-wrote and directed Cabin in the Woods.
That's the one, which I loved, by the way, which is great.
That's where you know him from. Film stars Jeff Bridges, the MVP of the film, Cynthia Erivo, Dakota Johnson, John Hamm, Kaylee Spaney, Lewis Pullman, and Chris Hemsworth. And it's good, man. It's very good. It's not for everyone. It is. It's like a film nerd movie.
Really?
Like not like a hardcore film nerd, like a 90s Quentin Tarantino-esque film nerd. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie crossed with a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, I kind of got a Coen Brothers vibe from it.
And I enjoy it a lot. Like I said, the MVP is an actress named Cynthia Erivo. She is the black lady. And she carries this movie on her back.
Really?
At points. Yeah. And she delivers... you could tell that she was a stage actress.
Interesting.
And you could tell she's British because she fucking knocked it out of the park. Because that's what British people do. Like, they just know how to act. They're really good at professionally lying.
Yes. That's how they damn near took over the world.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed it, man. It's got a few twists and turns. Like, some people die way before you think they should die, and some people make it that you don't think should make it. And Chris Hemsworth has more range right now than Denzel Washington.
That's a weird statement. But Denzel Washington's a great actor, but he doesn't have a lot of range.
He doesn't have a lot of range. Whereas I've seen Chris Hemsworth do quite a few. I've seen him play comedy. I've seen him play dumb. I've seen him play like whatever Thor is, like pseudo Shakespearean.
Like bro dogish.
Well, pseudo Shakespearean in the first Thor, bro dogish with a heart of gold in the last Thor,
and then nobody talks about 2.
And then, nobody talks about 2. Hat, he was... Hat.
Black
Hat, he was...
Did you see that movie?
No, it looked bad.
I did. Saw the fucking screener for it. Fell asleep 3 different times. It wasn't Chris Hemsworth's fault, but it was bad. He was just... I don't know what he was. He was bad.
And in this movie, he plays like this flower child. This like flower child cult leader.
Interesting.
He's got range, man.
And he's in Men in Black too. He's in the Men in Black reboot.
All right. Chris Hemsworth, you're officially one of them motherfuckers that just needs to sit the fuck down. All right? You can't have abs like that and then have range.
Yeah, you got to pick one, man.
You can't be funny and have abs and be serious and make me want to cry watching a fucking Avengers movie.
I was about to say that scene with him and Rocket Raccoon. He was talking about his family. I'm like,
it was like,
this is sad.
This is sad.
Sometimes I think it might be for real this time that Loki's not coming back. But that's okay. Thanos. I mean, he may have beaten me once, but he ain't fight me twice. So fuck him, man. He killed my brother, man.
That's basically that scene. Like, but if you lose, you're gonna lose a lot. Rocket Raccoon's like, I got a lot to lose. I don't want to lose. You know who else is also like that? Who's developed into someone who's had like really massive range? Steve Carell.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
He's Rummy?
Like
Donald Rumsfeld?
Like, but I was watching a couple clips from The Big Short the other day. God damn it, is he good in that movie, dude? He's so good in that movie. Like that, his
Fox
time
catcher?
on the Fox. See, I can't think of that movie. Yeah, I can't think of that movie because I only hear your version of the character, your impression of him, which is so super fucked up. Also accurate. But yeah, Foxcatcher, The Big Short, The Office, 40-Year-Old Virgin. I mean, he is really, like, he doesn't just have comedic timing. He can play drama really fucking well.
And
also apparently he's super handsome now. So yeah, he's got the
fucking beard, man.
Yeah, he's got the fucking trifecta. Why do you think he came back? Had to bring it back. Bring it back.
Most comedians can transition into drama, but not the other way around.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
But there's been a couple.
You know why? Because no, it's not that weird if you think about it. Because humor comes from a dark place. Yeah. Humor is just
you got to pull it deep.
I mean, the other way around. Like people try to comedy. Yeah, comedy's difficult.
Yeah, to be funny, like, because everybody thinks they're funny, right? But nah, man, like, to be funny is one. You gotta have a lot of darkness that happens, because good comedy is, what is it, like, tragedy plus timing,
tragedy overtime.
So and most dramatic actors, like, when they start out, they don't have any real dramatic things in their life. You know what I mean? What the fuck does George Clooney? What traumatic thing happened to George Clooney?
But then why the fuck is Chris Hemsworth funny? Fuck him.
I don't know, yo. That's why he's one of them dudes.
Yeah, handsome ass Australian guy. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, fuck you. No, you don't get to be funny. Because he wasn't. I thought, like, the comedic timing in the first Thor was like, the little bit that it was, I was like, But it really turned on in the third one. Like, he really super nailed it. So it's like,
he was the best part of that Ghostbusters reboot.
That's what everybody says. Which, by the way, that says a lot about a female-focused Ghostbusters movie, that the strongest character is the male lead, which is wild.
I did watch something else, but I cannot remember what the fuck it was.
I haven't had a chance to watch damn near anything. Yeah, I mean, next week we'll obviously be talking about Daredevil season 3 because that comes out tomorrow. So look forward to that. Yeah, I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's wild. That shit snuck up on me. I was like,
oh man,
yeah, like crazy. And we do have Terrence and I sat down and Terrence did the review for Halloween, the new sequel that is 40 years after the original. So look for that review on our YouTube page as well.
Is this a follow-up to the first movie?
Yes.
Wasn't Halloween H2O a follow-up to the first movie?
All of that is scrapped.
So now all of it is scrapped.
Between 1 and 37 or however many were between this one and this one, they don't exist.
So because
in this timeline.
Because the timelines are all fucked up, right? There was Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, and then 4, 5, and 6, I think, negated 2 and 3, and then H2O negated 4 through 6, and now this is negating 2 through 6.
It's negating everything but 1.
Halloween is a stupid franchise. Fuck you. Fuck you. You like Halloween? Fuck you.
Wow. Seems like a harsh line to take.
There's like 11 of them.
Yeah, this is the 11th movie in the franchise.
Oh yeah, that's right, because Rob Zombie's timeline, Rob Zombie did 2 Halloween movies.
Yeah, and that was a reboot.
Oh, fuck you, yo.
They don't exist.
Michael Myers is not a good horror movie villain. He's not.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No, he's not.
I would agree that the timeline is ridiculous.
The only thing iconic about Michael Myers is the fact that his face is William Shatner and the music.
That music is so good.
He doesn't have an iconic weapon. He doesn't have an iconic look. What?
Yeah, he's got the knife. That's it.
A kitchen knife? A kitchen knife?
Well, he just picked up
not a machete like Jason, not finger claws like Freddy.
No.
A fucking T-fall kitchen knife?
So you're a bigger... So you're a... No. Hold on. One, a T-fall knife, my nigga? Really? Like the cheapest Kmart brand knives? Like, that's fucked up. One, what you're saying is you're a bigger fan of a pedophile than you are just a psychopath?
Than just a normal psychopath? Yes, because that pedophile has personality.
Interesting. That's an interesting stance. Just clip this part out.
Yes. Pedophile has personality. Like
wait, what?
Look, whenever I'm being derisive to white people, I call them pedophiles. So I could literally be talking about anybody in the world.
It's true.
I guess.
Donald Trump has a lot of personality.
Well, I mean, there are...
And he's a pedophile.
I mean, there's a couple of news stories that may or may not.
An incestuous pedophile.
He definitely wants to fuck
Donald Trump is an incestuous pedophile with a lot of personality.
Yeah, gross. But true.
Accurate. All right, let's get into stupid / weird tech. You guys like cookies?
I mean, I guess.
Depends on the cookies.
How long does it take you to make cookies in the oven, I would ask?
30 minutes? 15, 20, 30 minutes?
About 10.
No, about 10.
About 10.
Wow.
30 minutes? What the fuck? You eating a hockey puck?
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's what I learned. Terrence does not bake his own cookies. Put them bitches in for 30 minutes.
Put them on 100 degrees.
30 minutes. Yo, why is this taking so long? Well, this nigga put them on 50 degrees. Like, what the fuck are we going to do? Well, this is the Chip Smart Cookie Oven. Freshly baked cookies in 10 minutes. One, I don't like the fact...
Preparation, preheat, or cleanup?
Yeah, so in the world of like the Keurigs, you get this container with these little, individual like cookie balls in them, and you just put them onto the Chip Smart Oven, and then it just bakes them. You don't have to mix anything. Or you could obviously put your own cookies on.
You can only make 4 at a time.
This is my question. Also,
unless there's the layers.
I don't think there are. Also, I have an oven that makes cookies. And now, if you click on the video, what's hilarious is it's like there's a mom and a daughter, and the daughter's at the table, doing work or whatever, and the mom comes in. The cookies are making in the smart cookie oven, and she's like, "Oh, I'm rushing off to work. I better make some breakfast cookies because that's a really good idea." I'm like, "Nigga, what's a breakfast cookie?" Yo, that's made up. They put that shit in cereal for kids. What are you talking about? That's what I was like. She's like, "Oh, I made you these breakfast cookies." I'm like, "You're a terrible mother. Like, yo, don't give your kids candy for breakfast." The shit is going on. And then the little girl, she goes later on, I guess, or at the same time, I don't know. She goes to get her father, who is weirdly very old. He's a very old dad.
Wait, I'm confused.
She gets him to make afternoon cookies for her.
So how do you not prepare them?
Well, they come, like, if you watch the video, they come in this, like, tube, and there's, like, these little balls, and they just bing, bing, bing.
And then... what?
Yeah. Like a little Keurig. And it's a little Keurig, and it's got, like, one of those things in there. So... for some fucking reason.
So do you have to buy their brand of
I think you do.
Cookie dough in a cup?
Yeah, I think you do.
And who's to say they're any good?
Who's to say they're not?
It literally is like a Keurig cup.
Yeah.
And you can bake 4 cookies at a time.
I think that's pretty reasonable, guys. I think you guys are the ones who are not reasonable. You don't think this is a good idea?
So it's an air fryer?
Yeah. I also get pissed off at the idea of them calling it a smart cookie oven, because this is just an easy bake oven that costs $100.
Yeah, you're right. That's all this is.
Buddy,
that's $100.
Takes a little time for an easy bake oven to heat up because it's a light bulb.
Yeah, then get it a real oven that every house
30 minutes, doesn't it?
Right.
No, like between opening up the thing,
dumb.
putting them on the plate. Whatever, shut up. Fuck y'all. Anyway.
Don't try to justify your shenanigans. Yeah, this seems pretty stupid to me.
$100.
$100? I have an oven upstairs. Also, by the way, why do I need to get their brand? They make the cookie fucking tube. You just cut it and just put them in the oven. It doesn't really get much easier than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you still... How much does a can of these things cost? And then you can send cookie grams because that's a thing. What the fuck is that?
$45 gets you $50 in cookie credits. I don't know what cookie credits are. I don't know. But now I realize that people will literally buy anything. Also, if you need a cookie making machine, you know what? Let me just stop. Like, don't do that. Just don't buy a cookie making machine.
They have a chart for the dummies out there who don't know what type of cookie they should eat.
Superfood breakfast bar.
So the
Nut Crunch breakfast. Sea salt chocolate chip.
Yeah, the sea salt chocolate chip is for the person with the lifestyle of a business traveler.
That's very funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's very, very funny.
What does that mean?
If you're a homemaker, you should try the Go Bananas quinoa breakfast cookie.
Fuck off.
Gross.
No, that's probably
Quinoa?
that's probably pretty good. Actually.
Nah.
I've had quinoa in like in like a bar. Yeah, sure.
Those words in that order sound stupid to me.
Oh well, the
They
word
sound like
quinoa is a dumb word.
I don't like that word.
That sounds like some Northern Virginia white woman shit.
I'll have a Go Bananas quinoa breakfast with my caramel macchiato. Fuck off, Becky. Get out of here.
Wait. It says, okay, the homemaker has the Go Bananas quinoa breakfast. It's healthy and quick and easy. Are they not all quick and easy? What are we talking about right now? Yo, this couldn't quite possibly be one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever seen.
Aren't they all quick and easy?
Because if they all come...
that's a good point.
If they all come in the same fucking thing...
No, what the fuck does it matter?
Does it take different times to cook the cookies?
I would hope not.
It better not.
Micah, did you look down at the vegan? Because that one's pretty good.
What is it? Chickpea carob? Carob? What is that?
I think
It's like hummus. Isn't that what hummus
No, I thought it was. I think it's
hummus cookie?
No, I don't think that's what. I thought carob was like a chocolate or something.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not vegan. I'm normal.
Carobs are they're like a type of chocolate.
So, but like, what? I thought hummus was made out of chickpeas.
Hey, college kids.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you were referring to. The
Yeah.
chickpea part. Yes.
So hummus chocolate chip cookies. So that's fucking gross, nigga.
As bougie as I am, yeah, I'm not either. That doesn't sound exciting to me.
Hey, college kids, you want brain food or a late night snack? Eat peanut butter Nutella swirl.
And be fast asleep at your first class. Oh man, this is really dumb.
This chart is what does it for me, yo. Like, come on.
60 is the new 40, sugar-free protein oatmeal. No. And by the way, 60 is not the new 40. 60 is the new 60. Stop it. Nothing wrong with being 60. Like, just stop. All right. Enough about quinoa and chickpea breakfast bars. Make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. Dude, that chart is fucking hilarious. Make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. Before you buy anything on Amazon, use that link. We get a little bit of a kickback. You don't pay anything extra. Maybe you could buy yourself an Easy Bake Oven because that would probably cost you less and just as stupid. I can't believe they convinced kids to make food with a light bulb.
Isn't that hilarious, right? Like they were instilling gender roles in us as children.
Of course. They do all the time.
Like they still do.
Yeah, they do?
As far as the toys go.
Go to the toys aisle. Girls' toys are all pink. It's an all pink aisle.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you how are you guys gonna handle that? Are you gonna do the gender neutral thing, or are you gonna lean hard into like cowboys and shoot 'em up guns and all this other shit?
She wants gender neutral stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to paint the room. So
that is the most honest answer, by the way, because
she knows I hate painting. You know, I
so
hate
what color is the room now?
It's like it's like a taupe.
That's not gender neutral. That's just neutral.
Yeah, we're trying to be as neutral as possible. and she wants a jungle theme. She was like, just let me have him for the first year or two, and then you can nerd him up with all your stupid video game comic book stuff. I'm like,
nah.
I'm like, fine. I can wait a year.
Like, here's the thing. No, you're not.
Hopefully Miles Morales will be in on screen, and I could take him to see Miles Morales and let him be the Black Spider-Man that he's born to be.
That he's destined to be.
Yeah, something that my wife will fight tooth and nail on because she hates spiders so much that she doesn't even want me to wear a Spider-Man shirt. I have a Miles Morales.
That's ridiculous.
I have a Miles Morales inspired shirt. It's black with a red spider on it, and she's just like, "Please don't wear that around me."
Don't wear.
She saw me looking at a hoodie with the Spider-Man video game white spider on it. She was like, "Please don't buy that."
Like, what the fuck?
God.
Like, come on, yo.
All right.
She's like, "Oh, you want to dress like a crazy European dictator? Fine, totally fine."
You know, she doesn't know why his middle name is Victor. she just knows
the MVP.
She just knows that I wanted his initials to be MVP.
Yeah, don't drop the first name.
Yeah, she just knows that I wanted his initials to be MVP, but she doesn't know why.
You gotta keep that shit. You gotta keep that shit under the wraps.
Is what it is.
Yeah, you gotta fuck your game up. Now you gotta wait, but like,
wait till I sign that birth.
Yeah, like, is it signed? Bam, Dr. Doom, nigga. Dr. Doom. That's right. That's right. That's really funny. Like when we were thinking about having kids, like the boy's name that I wanted, that we agreed on, was Miles.
Yeah.
And and people were like, "Oh, for like Miles Davis." I was like, "Yes, Miles Davis
exactly.
is one." I was like, "That's one of the reasons." The other one was Miles Morales. Absolutely. We have a listener who his son is his name is Grayson.
Oh snap!
Yeah, fucking dork.
Way better than Dick.
or Rick Grayson.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Rick Grayson.
Rick Grayson.
But that's only temporary because he like lost his memory or whatever.
Yeah, and he was like, "What, man? Why are you calling me a dick? Fuck you!
Fuck you! I'm Rick Grayson now." All right, lightning round. Terrence, you're up.
Oh, I am. Damn. Hold up. Upcoming season of Orange is the New Black is the last one. I tapped out at 3, I think.
Bingo. Me too.
Yeah,
Yep. Don't care anymore.
Whichever one where they broke out at the end.
Yeah.
That was the last one.
That was the last one I saw.
Yep.
Was that 3 or 2?
That was 3.
There you go. That was it.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
I watched the first 2 episodes of season 4, and I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it was kind of the same way. Not that it's not good. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
It wasn't. I think the story. I didn't feel like the story was going anywhere. It felt like it was jogging in place, kind of, and I was just kind of tired.
What season did they kill Poussey? Was that 4?
That was 4. I know because I never saw
and
that.
I heard that, and I'm like,
Oh, okay,
well,
so
I ain't
I
watching
got
this.
Yeah, that was my because you told me, and I was like, well, I'm out, and I was like, that sucks. And then she popped up in Handmaid's Tale, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll watch that.
So yeah, I don't. Fine, I guess. I mean, I felt like it went longer than it should have to begin with. Honestly,
What was this, the 6th or 7th season?
I think this is the 6th season coming up. I think, but I mean, again, I think we're all tapped out of it, so it doesn't really matter. But look, I mean, in fairness, this was their first major series. This was Netflix's first major series. This was the big, like, wow, you got to watch Netflix to get to the show. Yeah. And I mean, it did well. It's kind of hilarious that it started being about Piper, and then it was clear that she was one of the least interesting characters, and so they pivoted and made it about
the most annoying
easily, and pivoted and made it all about the people of color, which I thought was kind of fascinating too. Mm-hmm. I mean, for the showrunners, that was smart. Like they could see like that's where the audience is going, so you might as well put it on the audience. So makes sense. All right, so there you go. Next up.
Morbius, the Living Vampires. Lead villain has been revealed. I don't know anything about this character.
He's been made up. He's made up for the movie.
Oh, no, I mean about Morbius, period. Jared Leto's playing the lead. But apparently they have a new character made up named Loxius Crown.
Sure.
Whatever. He's not from the comics.
Nope.
At all.
Nope.
Completely made up for the movie. Fine. Sure. I don't give a fuck about this movie.
Sounds like somebody wanted a vampire movie, and then they just were like, "Hey, we got this Spider-Man license we ain't doing nothing with."
Bingo. That's the only reason why I put it up there. But I think that's exactly right. Yeah, sure.
I'm sure it'll be terrible.
I have no doubt that this will be bad.
I've never seen a vampire movie or a movie with a vampire in it that I thought was good.
Blade?
Yeah, that's it. And he's not a vampire. He's a daywalker.
He's a daywalker. Half-breed.
Sure.
But he's fighting vampires.
All right. I'll give you that.
Are you less impressed with vampires or zombies? Because I know zombies you're just completely sick of.
Zombies I'm just over, right? Like
Everything has zombies in it.
The whole appeal of zombies is that people want to shoot human beings.
You're not wrong.
I mean, you're
seriously, not wrong. Yeah.
That is the appeal. People want to shoot human beings, and they want to shoot human beings guilt-free.
Yeah. It's just a murder show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's why people watch every week The Walking Dead. Yet every season I see tons and tons of people going, I hate this show. This show fucking sucks. Why do you keep watching it?
Right.
To see it through the end. That's why I kept watching True Blood. And that show was whack as fuck for the last 2-3 seasons.
Yeah, I tapped out after. I think I tapped out after season 3. And it just started getting super crazy.
Yeah, it got off the fucking rails, and it's like not in a good way. Yeah, but I finished it.
Yeah, you are alone.
What happened at the end? I tapped out at 2.
God damn.
What was it?
I tried to get the.
What happened in season 3? It might have been only season 2 for me, actually.
I don't remember.
I tried to.
Who was like the? It was like the kooky lady who was controlling people and making their eyes black and shit. I think that was season 2. That was the last season I saw. I think that might be season 2.
Who knows? I forgot.
It was a cool show when it started.
Yeah, it was. And Sookie and Bill and all that other shit. I don't know. Sookie.
Lafayette was the best character.
He died, if I'm not mistaken.
In real life, he did, yeah.
Yeah, in real life and in the show. Yeah, that show was not good toward the end. Next up, Jason Blum. Is it Blum?
It's
Blum.
It's Blum.
Jason Blum wants to hire more female horror directors. Good. Yeah, he makes movies for $3,000 and they make $20 million. Like $200 million all the time.
Yeah, this is, by the way, if people don't know, this is Jason Blum of Blumhouse.
Blumhouse Productions, Pictures, what have you. Who also, I believe, he did Halloween, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
he produced Halloween.
Picture. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
So
killing it in our genre.
This is a story because he was doing an interview for somebody, and the interviewer was like, "Hey, how come you don't have any female directors?" And he stuck his foot in his mouth and was like, basically said, "Oh, because I don't know any."
Yeah, it was a mistake.
I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what he said.
I mean, at least he was honest.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't.
Like,
he didn't lie about it.
Yeah, and he wasn't trying to be a dick about it. At least I don't think he was trying to be a dick about it.
I don't think so.
He was just like,
probably not.
I just don't know any. And then here comes the internet. Well, we're going to help you out, man. Here are a list of 47 female directors that could direct horror. So pick one, man.
Yeah, but like just because you can direct
because
movies,
she's a director doesn't mean she can direct a horror movie.
Or wants to.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not to say there haven't been female horror directors, you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, and don't hold me to this because I'm not a huge horror person, but I'm pretty sure, wasn't The Descent directed by a woman?
There's a couple different Descent movies. The one where they were in
the cave?
Yeah, where they're in the cave, like the four women in the cave or whatever. I'm pretty sure that was a woman who directed that. So, like, you have to... It's not just knowing, and I'm sure what he meant was I don't know any female horror directors, but also...
Neil Marshall.
No.
Okay. But, you know, the idea of, horror is going to attract who it's going to attract. It is a very specific genre of like, I mean, it's pretty fucking twisted, right? Like, they have a hard enough time finding female directors for action movies, right? And it's not that they don't exist, but a lot of times female directors tend to gravitate towards drama. Like, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Those generally are, by the way, the better movies. But that tends to be the genre they gravitate towards. So, yeah, him saying, hey, I don't really know any. Yeah, he probably doesn't.
He
Fucking probably doesn't.
He said we're in when it came to hiring a female director, he's quoted as saying, "We're always trying to do that. We're not trying to do it because of recent events, the Me Too movement."
Yeah, Babadook was
that was directed by a woman?
Yeah.
Oof.
We've always been trying. There are not a lot of female directors, period, and even less who are inclined to do horror. I'm a massive admirer of the Babadook director, Jennifer Kent.
Oh, there you go.
I've offered her every movie we've had available. She's turned me down every single time.
That's really funny. But I can't find any. Why did you look at? I'm trying, lady. I'm trying.
People are. But the argument now is he just black friended her. Hey, I talked to my black friend and
come on,
I
man.
talked to my lady friend and she turned me down 4,700 times.
I mean,
it's like,
but
she directed a very, very good horror movie. Nigga, that's what I do. I do horror flicks.
like, who am I supposed to ask? Ask people who are good at it.
Right.
Honestly,
I'm trying to I'm gonna go ahead and search female horror directors because I don't know a lot.
I couldn't tell you any.
Would you consider the movie that we're going to talk about in trailers horror? Because a woman directed that.
No, that just seems like an action movie. Well, not even it seems like a heavy drama.
Seems like a psychological horror,
or maybe even thriller. It could be even the thriller. I mean, it depends on what the other trailers show. But
and everybody's definition of horror is different. White people think Get Out is a comedy. Apparently,
it is not,
and it is pretty fucking horrifying to me.
Yeah. And Stepford Wives is a horror show to me. So
yeah. So, but he said, he came out on his Twitter. He apologized. Said he wasn't trying to offend anybody. He just stuck his foot in his mouth, and he is actively trying to seek female talent.
Is it okay to say I don't know any people? We've been trying to get somebody. Why is that offensive?
And here's the thing, right? Like,
fuck off. God damn.
Here's the thing. When he does find a female director to direct a movie, that's a tremendous amount of undue pressure on that director.
Yep.
From literally everybody, from all sides, many sides.
Don't ever do that.
And that's simply not fair.
No, it isn't fair. But I mean, look, if the guy say, "Hey, just not," like his response wasn't like, "Sorry, bro, chicks can't really do gore, man." Like then you could be like, "Yeah, fuck this guy." But he needs to apologize for going, "Yeah, we've been trying and like I'm working on it, but I haven't been successful yet." How is that offensive? I saw somebody was like, "What about Dee Rees and all these other people?" Yeah, they're female directors. That doesn't mean they want to do a $1.50 fucking horror movie for Blum.
Don't just start naming the 3 female directors that you know.
Yeah, fuck off. What kind of bullshit? What about Dee Rees? Yeah, Dee Rees doesn't really do horror, and she does really high-level films. Hey, why don't you get Ava DuVernay to do a movie that costs $32? What the fuck? Yo, people's viewpoints are fucking wild when they're trying to make bullshit arguments.
What's his budget for his movies? So he has like a specific budget.
It's like $10 million.
Yeah, and they make so much money. Yeah. And that shit works for him because a lot of his movies are pretty decent. They're pretty solid movies.
He's been, I mean, they're
hit and miss, but like when they're hit, they're pretty good.
Well, we were talking. You know, the budget for all of the Purge movies is, and there's 4 of them, is $35 million for all 4 combined, and it's made $500 million down there. Like that is the wheelhouse in which he is working. And look, if he can find female directors and people of color directors, obviously Jordan Peele was kind of a big deal. Like, so what, this guy's an asshole now? Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, he hasn't been able to do it yet. That doesn't mean that it's not going to ever happen. So trying to fix a problem isn't the same as not giving a fuck. Grow up.
Oh, wow. Wheelhouse has a fuck ton of movies.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's like
they put out movies all the time, dude.
Goddamn Blumhouse production.
Every horror movie that you've seen pretty much has been by them in the last 3 or 4 years.
God dang, look at this list.
When did they start?
1995.
Wow. Really? That long ago?
And really in 2000, because they had a 5-year.
2000 is when he became an executive. And
okay, so what's the first movie that you recognize? Because I'm sure there's probably a lot of that you don't.
Paranormal Activity.
What year was that?
2007.
God damn. 7 years before. Okay, so since 2007, they've made, just looking at your computer, they've made 4,000 movies, I would guess. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So yeah, like, I mean, look, the guy's working on it, man. I mean, it's not the best he can do, but like, it's a step in the right direction. Stop fucking just complaining about everything.
Oh wow, a woman directed American Psycho. I'm looking through.
Is that right?
There's an article.
I did not know that.
15
she fucking nailed
directors that he could hire. Yeah, American Psycho with Mary Harron.
But that's not really a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie, no.
No.
But Jodie Foster directed an episode of Black Mirror.
Okay,
I didn't really like that episode.
That episode wasn't that great.
Yeah, I didn't really like that episode too much.
She's a woman. She's beautiful and perfect. So she's the perfect choice.
Karen Kusuma directed Jennifer's Body. I didn't like that movie either.
I thought people liked that. I thought that got pretty
Jennifer's
good reviews.
Body?
Yeah,
I saw it. I didn't really like it that much.
Yeah.
I think people liked it because of the hot chick factor. Like,
and I think it was right after.
I don't know.
What was that movie? With damn it, shit! It wasn't a horror movie. What's that woman that wrote the movie?
Very good terms. Dakota Fanning?
No, she's got a weird name. Juno. Who wrote Juno?
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, she's got like pink hair or whatever.
Yeah, I just remember her because of that Family Guy joke.
I don't remember the joke.
The joke was Diablo Cody.
Diablo Cody.
Yeah, because he had Stewie said he admired the tattoo artist that did Diablo Cody because he had a tremendous canvas to work with.
Yeah. That's
fucked up. That was fucking terrible. But yeah, I think she wrote, if I'm not mistaken, didn't she write Jennifer's Body? Yep, she did. Yeah.
That ain't right, because Diablo Cody is like mad small.
Oh, she wrote Young Adult too?
Well,
that
there
came
you
out
go.
2011?
What the fuck happened to Diablo Cody? She did Juno, and then like she did a bunch of like adolescent women movies. What was that other one? Yeah, Young Adult. And then she kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, Young Adult came out 7 years ago?
Jesus Christ.
Seriously?
Yeah. She had a hell of a run.
She did Tully recently. This was another movie that apparently was a really like just super fucked up. Same with what's her name? Charlize Theron was in that as well.
There you go.
Yeah. So she writes very similar movies.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she writes women like men have been traditionally written, which is an interesting way to do it. And it seems to work for her. So
she's only 40. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. Next up,
rumor WB developing Superman television series. Fine.
So
yet another show I'm probably not going to watch.
For the CW?
Yeah. They're gonna
that's what I watched. I watched the first episode of Titans.
Oh, okay. Pause. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts because I'm planning on watching the first two. I want to see what the deal is because I'm hearing a lot of like craziness.
It's incredibly dark for no fucking reason.
That's pretty much what everyone is saying.
It's insane. Like that fight sequence with Robin or
in the alley or whatever.
Yeah, in the alley. Yo, he takes a dude's head, smashes it up against a fucking brick wall, and just rubs his face across it until he like opens his face up, starts bleeding. Does the same with a dude that rubs his face against. He breaks his window, takes his head, and just rubs it across the glass. I'm like,
which Robin is this?
It's Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson.
Is Dick Grayson Robin?
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, yo, what the fuck why is this so, like,
everybody says
someone in the chest?
Everyone says this is way too violent. It's like ultra violent for no reason.
It's violent for no fucking reason. Yeah. I'm like, okay. So then we continued, and like Raven, she's got issues, and then Starfire's fine. That's it. That's all I got.
Starfire's fine as in she's okay, or Starfire's
no, she's fine.
Oh, okay.
She's fine. Take that however you want.
I hear now. I will say this. I hear she's the most compelling character
because you really don't know what the fuck is going on with her.
Yeah.
Not yet. It's just dark, yeah. It's trying too fuck. It's a try hard. It's trying too hard. It's just ridiculous.
So the next episode is with Hawk and Dove, and from my understanding, Hawk and Dove are super violent characters.
If it's more violent than that sequence in the alley, like
that
what
doesn't
the
make
fuck,
sense.
though?
Like that was the thing with Hawk and Dove, right? One was like mean, and the other was good.
Yeah, no,
Hawk and Dove, like
no, like Hawk and Dove. I think that's how they're playing it. I don't think the Dove is holding like the
olive branch.
The olive branch, like nah, dude, like nah, fuck that. That was my cousin. That ain't me. Nah, I think they're playing it pretty hard.
I don't know. I don't know where they're going with it. It's just
that's so stupid.
It's just really, really fucking violent.
I'm gonna check it out.
But it's not bad per se. Like it wasn't like I can't watch the rest of this. This is too terrible. It's just like, yo, why the fuck is it so goddamn dark? Like visually and like metaphorically, crazy.
Turn the contrast up.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going for. And that "fuck Batman" quote, like he says it after he kicks everybody's ass. Because they're like, where's Batman? And everyone's looking around. He's like, what the fuck, bruh? Like, it's just me. And then after he kills I think he murdered like 2 or 3 people in that sequence. I don't even know.
Yeah, what if?
And he's like, fuck Batman. And then
superheroes, guys.
Yeah. They're for kids.
Yeah, superheroes are for pussies.
Teen Titans, guys. Teen Titans.
No, these are Titans.
They took the teen right out. They were like, no, we murdering niggas on this one.
Fuck that shit is
That's
TVMA.
hilarious.
It's crazy.
TVMA. That's why it's on a streaming service. All right, so back to this story. WB rumored to be making a Superman TV series.
With Supergirl Superman?
I think so.
From what I understand, I haven't watched it, but from what I understand, this Superman is actually really good.
He is good. You know why? Because they wrote him like Superman.
Yeah, he's not fucking depressed all the goddamn time.
No, he is like, hey everyone, I'm Superman. Like he's your Christopher Reeves version of Superman. He is. He plays it pretty well.
As much as
with a slight bit of cockiness.
Yeah, he does. He has a little bit.
As he should.
That is what Superman is.
Yeah.
Everybody shits on Cyclops from the 90s X-Men. That's how Superman should act.
Yeah. Cyclops is just, I mean, I won't say he's Marvel Superman, but personality-wise, they're not that different.
That's how he should act. He should be Tom Brady. Ugh. Exactly. And that's why Batman fucking hates him.
Yeah.
That's who he should be, man. All right, you know what?
You hate him. You hate him, but you respect him. Like, it's like, really, you throw a touchdown the last 8 seconds of the game to win it? Fuck you, Tom Brady.
Right.
But you got to respect it because the dude is.
You're gonna carry your team on your back, and win the Super Bowl. Like, all right, yo, all right. Like, get out of my face, man.
But you got to respect it, just from a skill perspective.
Fine, nigga, you the greatest of all time. Fine.
We get it,
bitch.
Still cheated with those deflated balls.
I might watch this though. If people say that this Superman is actually Superman, because I there's part of me that likes the Superman mythos.
What time is it going to come on? What
Sundays? Like,
oh, never mind.
Sunday what?
I don't know. The Supergirl comes on Sundays. I imagine they do Super Sundays. Right? Here's the thing.
No, I'm not watching it if it comes on Sunday.
Here's the thing. I'm not watching it. You know why? Because it's going to be the same show as every other CW show. They're all the same. They're carbon copies of each other. What's his team that's going to have a layer at the back?
If Superman has a team of people
he will
assisting him,
yes,
then I'm not watching it.
Okay, then don't watch it.
Yeah, you're probably not going to watch it then. Because every single show has a team.
They have to. Because the superhero on a TV show, he has to play off somebody.
His team better consist of 2 people. Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen is on Supergirl.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. That's Eggs from True Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, jacked ass Eggs is Jimmy Olsen. Bench press 350. Hey, I'm just a photographer. Save me, Superman.
Fucking big black ass power forward Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, come on, yo.
Taller than Superman.
He is bigger than him. Like on the show, he's as physically as big as he is.
He's physically bigger.
Yeah, he is.
Yo,
it's like Ben Affleck next to Henry Cavill. Like, it's kind of hilarious. But Jimmy Olsen is a hero as well. Yeah, I don't know if he still is. He was, what was his character? Like,
I don't know.
Like the detonator or the destroyer or whatever. You know, he was basically like, he's running around with a shield and all this other stuff.
Is this a slight
Hispanic?
Is this a
Like
slight on? Is this a slight on Supergirl?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's a slight on the DCEU because there's no talk, and we'll get to that later. There's no talk of any Superman movies coming up, and no Batman movies outside of the Matt Reeves movies. So they are pulling characters out of the DCEU and putting them into the television shows because they're more popular.
Well, look, you need Batman and Superman to have some sort of presence.
Do you?
But
because apparently DC is talking about doing a Supergirl movie, and she will be the replacement for Superman because Superman didn't work.
Apparently, you do need a Superman presence. Ergo, this show that's coming up, right?
Yeah, I would agree with you because you are being logical. I'm telling you what they're doing, which is illogical. Yeah. Hey, we need a Superman in the shows. You think you need a Superman in the movies, my nigga? Like they cost a lot more. Yeah, more on that later. So I don't hate this guy who plays Superman. I think he's actually pretty good. So we'll see. We shall see. So they're talking about using the crossover for CW, their yearly crossover, as being a backdoor pilot for Batwoman and possibly a backdoor pilot for Superman because he's going to play a large role too.
On the internet, I've seen Elseworlds like crossovers where Oliver Queen is the Flash and Barry Allen is the Green Arrow. Is that true? Is that happening, or was that just a Photoshop?
Yeah, that is true.
That's going to be the crossover this year?
Yes. The one of Supergirl as Arrow and Arrow as Supergirl, that was a Photoshop. That one was not true.
That one wasn't true.
But he had lovely locks, so yeah, good for him.
All right.
So yeah, we'll see.
I might watch that.
I always watch the crossovers. Because I like to see
like an event.
Yeah. It's their yearly event. I don't know if Black Lightning is going to be in it, so that'd be kind of interesting.
I heard Black Lightning is not part of the Arrowverse.
I don't believe them. I don't believe them. At a certain point, people are going to want to see him team up with them. I mean, maybe he's in a different universe, just like Supergirl is.
Yeah, but then if they have Black Lightning enter that world, he'll probably know Joe West because all black people know each other. And then I'm going to get pissed.
Yeah. Yo, what up, Joe? Me and Joe West used to go to high school together. Wow. How? Okay. All right, Cree Summers. Winters. All right, next up.
That's you, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oops. All right. Yeah, fucked up. Movie and TV news this week. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 potentially is delayed until 2021, possibly. Because of all the shit that's going on with James Gunn leaving and his script being used, and they don't know what they're going to do, trying to find a new director, and hopefully keeping the cast together. The movie is likely to get pushed back. Won't even commence production until February 2021.
How many Guardians got snapped? Gamora's dead. Drax was snapped.
Groot was snapped. Wasn't he?
Quill snapped?
I don't
Was
remember.
it Groot that died, or was it?
Groot was gone.
Because Rocket was.
Oh yeah.
Rocket held him in his arms.
Yeah.
So
they're all dead, right? Because Quill got snapped, didn't he?
Yeah, Quill got snapped.
So
because
it
was like, did we
Rocket.
lose? Like, yeah, nigga, you lost.
You fucking made us lose, you jackass. But
Gamora,
Nebula's
Quill,
still
yeah,
around.
I think he's the only one. I think
Nebula,
Rocket Raccoon's the only
Drax.
one left, right?
yeah,
and Mantis. Mantis is
Nebula
still
and
around.
Mantis.
Yeah, Mantis.
So the Guardians are gone.
Yeah.
Mantis is still alive.
I think so. I think Mantis is still alive. Don't hold me to that. I literally have only watched Infinity War once, which is ridiculous, but
I don't remember who died.
Yeah, I think.
I remember they basically left
The original.
They
Avengers
left
are
the
left.
original Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah, the original.
And Rocket, I know, is definitely there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean...
Yeah, wow. So, look, they got time to either figure something out because they're gone.
Well,
or,
not really. Next year, they're back.
because next year, they...
Spoiler alert, they all survive.
They filmed, they already filmed Avengers 4.
Yeah.
So,
They just wrapped, I think, last week.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, it really kind of ticks me off because I heard, now I'm hearing that the Bob Iger, who runs Disney, was on vacation the week the shit happened. Did you see this?
Yeah.
That the shit happened with James Gunn. And so the guy who made the decision, they're like, nah, James Gunn's got to go, wasn't fucking Iger.
Wait.
Yeah.
So it's like an underling was like, nah, you got to go.
Yeah. I mean, he's like a big executive.
He's
I mean,
big
he's a big,
shot,
but at the same time, he's not the head. He ain't the HNIC or the
Right.
HW, whatever.
HHIC.
That's funny. It's true.
That's fine.
I like it. Head honcho in charge.
Yeah.
That's it.
Head honcho.
Honcho.
Exactly what I knew you meant to say.
Next story. Yeah, that's a show title. That's pretty good. Yeah, so because Iger was out of town, this guy made the decision. And I got to imagine Bob Iger would have been like, what happened? Huh? How much did The Last Guardians make? Huh? Nigga, get out of my face. We ain't firing James Gunn. So it's really fucked because...
Yeah, now they can't go back because they seem incompetent, right? Like, they would seem even more incompetent. And so you're just boned.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Yeah, that's that's really messed up. Yeah, I need to write honcho because otherwise I'll use.
Yeah, you'll be like,
screw it up.
Honky in charge.
Wait, what? Yeah, racism.
There are no
be
curse
funny.
words in that phrase.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it. George Jefferson approved. Next up, The Flash gets pushed back again, which leads to the question, did people remember that this was getting made? Answer is no. Flash standalone movie pushes start date, eyes 2021 release.
Yeah, what's 2018, That's 3 years away.
Yeah, but it's almost
They don't have
21.
a universe now. That universe has been blown up.
It's a type of blown up.
Well, they got, who's in the universe at this point?
Aquaman?
Yes.
Aquaman and
Wonder Woman?
Yes.
The Flash?
Shazam.
Avenger?
No, the Flash, no. Oh, right, Shazam is coming next
Shazam.
year.
Yeah, that's early next year.
There you go.
So you got the Flash, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman.
If you need a Superman,
No, you don't have the
analog-
Flash yet.
If you need a Superman analog, you got Shazam to hold you over until Supergirl.
You can't. You can't. He's a kid.
Little
Hey,
kids,
you're the
little kids want to be Superman, man.
Ugh.
Yeah, they do, but they can't be Superman yet.
No,
because they're
you're
children.
a fucking child, man. Yeah, I have to say, like, okay, so this article in Variety is really telling, right? So, the Flash movie gets pushed back. They don't start production until 2019, so release in 2021. It also says, following the box office disappointment of Justice League, Warner Brothers has been reevaluating its approach to making movies based on DC comic characters. The studio is not currently moving forward with Batman and Superman movies featuring Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, respectively. It is expected to recast The Dark Knight with a different actor for director Matt Reeves' upcoming Batman solo outing. The studio will be fielding a number of superhero adventures in the coming months and years, releasing Aquaman in December, then Wonder Woman 1984 sequel is next year. And then also Suicide Squad follow-up. And the Joker movie. So, yeah, you actually, and Shazam, you have actually quite a bit of DC stuff coming, like, in the next, like, this year and into next year. It's actually pretty fast.
Yeah, but they don't have a universe.
No, they do not.
Okay, there you go. They don't have a connected universe that they want because they fucked everything else up except for fucking Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Am I right?
And possibly Aquaman.
Yeah,
Yes,
I gotta tell you, man. I gotta tell you, I think Aquaman is going to be pretty solid.
I'm ready to be wrong about it, man.
I like that trailer, man.
Wrong about it.
I like that trailer a lot. I thought it looked fun.
hope it's good.
I want it to be good. But you know what? You know how I know it actually is going to be good? Because that makes sense. That the two characters who definitely in the DC world should not have been good, those are the only ones they get right. Aquaman and Wonder Woman. The ones that people are like, no, those will never work. Yeah, Aquaman will never work. Wow, it was better than the Batman movie. Fuck you. It was better than Justice League. Of course. But I think that getting that stench of Bryan Singer off of them has, or not Bryan Singer, what's his name? Zack Snyder is helping them. But they got to just move off of that super dark bullshit and have some fun. Do you think with Suicide Squad 2 being written and possibly directed by James Gunn, Aquaman that's happening that looks good, Wonder Woman, I would assume Wonder Woman 1984 is also going to be good. Do you think that you're going to see like a real competition or like a shift where DC is the big studio? Or do you think Marvel is just going to be like, nah, let's just keep it moving and stay on top?
Yo, Marvel has 10 years over them.
They do, but Marvel is getting ready to go into a transitional period.
Yeah, that's where you could stumble.
Different actors and shit. Yeah, that makes sense, but
at the same time, I don't feel like they ever go into anything without a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, they've got some kind of plan, but DC has to prove itself, and it hasn't yet.
Not yet.
It just has not. You know, when did Superman come out? 2013.
When will DC prove itself in your eyes? If Aquaman's good,
they've got to have Aquaman has to be good, and I think Shazam's the next movie, right?
It would be the next movie.
Well, we had Wonder Woman was good until the end when you can see Snyder.
But all in all, it was a good movie.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was good. Then Avengers came out, and not Avengers, fucking Justice League came out, and that was awful. This has to be good. I think Shazam has to be good. But then again, that's like so fucking ancillary. Like people like Shazam, but like,
yeah, I get it.
The mainstream just so fucking weird.
The mainstream don't like Shazam.
The Flash is not coming out for 3 years.
Yeah.
So what's coming up after Shazam?
Wonder Woman 1984, I think.
Okay, then you got the Joker movie, which we don't know what the fuck universe that's in. That's just a standalone.
Something tells me that who's doing the Joker movie?
The guy said, "I'm here for the gangbang" from Old School.
I think the guy that said, "I'm here." I think the guy that said, "I'm here for the gangbang" just wanted to do Taxi Driver and just called it Joker.
Yeah, but you know what's going to be fucked up? That movie's going to end up being really good, and it's not going to be connected to anything.
It's just going to be the Joker.
Yet.
Yeah. I think they're going to look if the Joker goes off like fucking.
When does it take place?
The 80s.
What year?
In the 80s.
Maybe it takes place in 1984.
Bingo. Yep. Why not?
So where's Batman?
He about to show up, dog.
Off.
Hey. Oh yeah, they did have the Batmobile.
There you go.
Picture. But
somebody was like, "This is
six Batmobile."
I think that's just a prop. I think it's solely as a joke. I don't think that's going to be used for anything for real. But I could totally see a situation where they did the Joker in 1984 and in the 1980s, him getting captured, and then they go, "Hey, Mr. Phoenix, we're outside. Who's outside? A dump truck full of money." And he goes, "Yeah, you got me." And then he decides to do it. I can see that. Or that's how they reinvent Leto. You know, he establishes this younger version in the way that they want him, and they say to Leto, "Okay, we're going to change your styling. Mm-hmm. And we're going to redo you, and you're going to be more into that style. But you get to play the Joker, but we want to build it off of that. Because you can't get Joaquin to do, 3 movies or whatever." I can see that. I can see Leto being really pissed about that, by the way.
Yeah, because I think he was really proud of his Joker. Wow.
I mean, in fairness,
anal beads.
Here's a rat. Why did you bring that?
Here's a dead rat in the mail. Yeah, I'm wacky. Yeah, like, oh, sorry.
Why does he sound like wow?
Fucking Owen Wilson. Yeah. That's what he sounds like to me.
You know what? Owen Wilson for the Joker. I'm not even against it. At this point, fuck it.
Whatever, yo. I think he would turn an excellent performance.
Hey, dressed like a bat. Wow.
Why the chicken cross the road? Wow. To get to the other wow. What the fuck?
Is that the only word you know? Wow, my vocabulary is really small. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know, man. I don't know what DC's doing. I hope if Aquaman and Shazam are good.
I don't think Shazam will be good.
If they're good,
I think that legitimately will be.
Benefit of the doubt.
I will.
For future movies.
I will. Yeah.
Look, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt if Aquaman is good.
I mean, that's a big one to take on.
Yeah, I mean, because Aquaman has always been joked in the, in mainstream.
Yeah.
And now if they make Aquaman, if little kids walk around in Aquaman costumes at Halloween next year.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a wrap. I mean, look,
you
it is
have
possible
to make that shit fun. Like,
if
you want little kids to wear your costumes and shit like that, you can't just have them just watch Batman versus Superman. Be like, I want to be Batman for Halloween because it's like,
right. I want to be Superman and get stabbed in the chest. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, come on, man.
I want to be Batman. I want to brand my logo into criminals.
I want to fucking crush people in vehicles with my own vehicle because he did that. Yo, he killed a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, he really did, man.
I'll kill her.
I didn't care, but like at the same time, like he's not supposed to kill.
I'll kill her.
He's just supposed to make a bunch of invalids.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
It's a weird balance.
A bunch of paraplegics,
right? Like he's like, I didn't kill that guy, dude. He can't walk. Like,
and he's got severe brain damage.
That's
but is he dead
problem.
though? But did he die though?
He's a villain. Yo.
He's a psychopath.
He's a villain, man.
I didn't kill him. I just made sure he could never have children. Like, what? Nothing. I gotta go. No, he's a horrible person. Just a rich asshole going around beating up poor people. Well, Batman's a dick.
Batman's a Republican, yo.
He is.
He
definitely
a billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Jeff Bezos if he keeps working out. Like, he's just like, he's got all the money in the world. And he's like, what else am I going to do? I guess I'll just build a tech suit and beat the shit out of poor people.
Yeah. Yeah, because the comics want to make you think that Batman is like Bill Gates, all altruist and shit. You seen what Bill Gates looks like? No, he don't look like fucking Batman. No. You're right. Jeff beat the shit out of you, Zeus. Yeah. Looks like Batman.
Again, sideways money. Bezos has sideways money. And that's the only type of person who could afford a Tumblr.
Right.
Yeah.
Which you can order on Amazon using our link, nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. All right. More information. So, by the way, that article, the Variety article that I just quoted, confirms the Batman versus Superman actors are done. So there you go. You were wondering if it was going to happen. It's going to happen. We're done.
All right.
It's really sad, man. Because I thought both of them were good. They just had bad movies. Although I like Man of Steel. I always thought Henry Cavill got the worst of it, though. Like, he just got fucking totally screwed.
He never got a chance to be Superman.
No, he really didn't.
It was just fucking deconstructed bullshit, which is fine, but like the way you deconstruct Superman is you make him totally opposite of the Boy Scout. You don't leave him in the middle and just like, oh, maybe I'll save him, maybe I don't. I don't know. I just want to keep to myself. What's truth, justice, in the American way? I don't know. He was libertarian Superman. That's what he was. That's what he was. He didn't go one way or the other. He was just in the middle.
That's not a libertarian.
No, I know.
He's a centrist.
He's a centrist.
He's a centrist. Right.
Yeah, how dare you. Don't call them. Libertarians are not in the center. Don't do that. Go watch Active Measures. Get out of here. Next up, Birds of Prey plot details shed new light on the main character's role in the story. Black Canary, played by Journey Smollett Bell. She is a singer who fights crime at night.
Gets her AIDS medication from her ex-husband.
That movie is fucking wild.
That was in a movie.
It was a movie, yes. Huntress, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She was a killer for Black Mask right up until discovering that he killed her family, so now she's hunting him down. Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, is trying to move on from the Joker, who is referenced but not seen. Renee Montoya, played by Rosie Perez, is, on the other hand, is on Huntress and Black Canary's trail because of the body count they've amassed.
Yes, we didn't mention that Renee Montoya is in fact a police officer, and it looks like this is what she will be. This is what her role will be as police officer Montoya.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
It's fine. The sort of log line right now is after splitting up with the Joker, Harley Quinn, and 3 other female superheroes, Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya, come together to save the life of a little girl, Cassandra Cain, from an evil crime lord that would be Black Mask. I think it's a little weird that, like, Cassandra Cain is not really Batgirl. That's kind of weird. Because I assume, they're saying a little girl. I mean, I would assume that she doesn't have that. And why the fuck is Black Mask concerned about her? That's kind of strange too.
Gotta save something for the sequel. And it's just movies. They can make something up to kidnap her.
Here's a question. I don't know a lot about Cassandra Cain. Isn't she blind or is she mute?
Oh, I have no idea. You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, maybe she's mute. But I know she's like a crazy, violent Batgirl. Because she was like raised to be, basically. Okay. This is one of the projects that DC is doing that I actually have a real interest in. Like I have to say, I'm very interested to see how they pull this off. This very female centric superhero movie. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be good. I have no idea. But the idea of like sort of an 80s girl gang movie is kind of cool. Here's what's not cool. Sophie Turner not sure if the X-Men can fit into the MCU. To that I say, not your X-Men. You're right.
It's adorable that she thinks she's going to continue to be.
Yeah. I just want to just go pat Sansa on the head and go, no.
Oh, Sansa.
Like Sansa.
When will you ever learn?
Like Sansa, Game of Thrones is almost over, and so is your reign in the X-Men movies. You're done. Although, man, will we have egg on our face if Kevin Feige's like, no, I like those movies. We're bringing them in. I'd be like, no. Yeah. But I know that's not true because Kevin Feige is a person who makes good decisions. So that's not going to happen. She says, when asked about whether the X-Men will cross over into the MCU, she says, I don't know. The answer is no. I feel the complexities of the X-Men being shunned by society and segregated is not something that happens in the Avengers universe. Of course, I wanted to see them cross over, but I don't think the themes through X-Men will collaborate well with the Avengers. It'll be very different. If they do it, I'd love to see how it turns out. Yeah, because you'll be watching from the fucking theater.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not shunned in their own movies. Like the military is just after them in their movies.
But like the log line of Dark Phoenix is that the X-Men at the beginning of Dark Phoenix, they're international heroes. What are you talking about? You're in that movie. Did you forget that? You just finished doing it for the second time when they retaped it again. Sansa, when will you ever learn? Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I'm probably the only person in the world that is not in a rush to see the X-Men interact with the Avengers.
I'm not in a rush to see them interact, but I want to see them in the universe. I don't think they have to interact with the Avengers at all. Not for a while.
Well, then what's the point of them being in the same universe as them if you don't see them interact? Like, it could be... The X-Men is a property that can stand on its own. Yeah. It could be its own universe or whatever on an alternate Earth where mutants are actually persecuted.
Yeah, well, okay, so here's the thing. They absolutely can be persecuted in that universe, like, because I don't think she's really saying,
I'm not talking about her.
No. I'm taking what she said just because I think it's a decent point to touch on your point, which is I don't think she's really saying like our X-Men wouldn't fit there. I think she's saying the X-Men in general, right? Because obviously, I think they probably already told her like. No, there's no way these actors don't know they're getting tossed, right? Come on. There's no way they don't know that, except for the girl who plays Storm, who Alexandra Shipp. She's like, no, I'm going to be in those movies, guys. Like, no, you're not.
You're adorable.
Yeah. Hey, great value Aaliyah. No, you're not. But I'm sure they already know that they're not going to be in those movies. But to her point, if you look at the comics, yeah, if you put them into the MCU from a perspective that they are much like the Inhumans in the MCU, they spring up with powers and people are like, I don't trust it. What the fuck? Like, they don't hate the Avengers, but now they're kind of starting to. Like, if you look down the road of like Civil War and stuff like that, yeah, the governments were really concerned about these superpowered people running around the Earth. So like people were, I mean, if you remember in Age of Ultron, when they had like the Iron Man drones in that like random European country, like people were throwing rocks and shit at the drones because they hated them, right? So they were concerned about it. Imagine all these people with power starting to pop up. They would probably freak out.
I get that it would work in the world. I'm just not in a big rush to see it.
You're not in a rush to see them interact with the Avengers or
everybody
at all.
Look, when this Fox merger thing happened, the first thing on everybody's mind was AVX.
See, I don't think that's a good idea right away.
Not a good idea.
No, it's not.
You gotta build the X-Men up.
Yeah, you got to build to that. You can't just go straight
goods, man. Like you got to build them up, and
you got a lot of fixing to do.
If I were to do it, I would do it similar to what was done in the 90s, right? We followed Jubilee; she was our point of view character,
the Night of the Sentinels,
and we find that like this young mutant is developing powers, and she doesn't really understand them, much like the Inhumans, right?
Sure.
And the Inhumans and the X-Men are the same. One group just calls them Inhumans, but the X-Men just call themselves the X-Men. And the X-Men, in my view, needs to be a combination of young and older X-Men teaming up.
I agree.
You get younger mutants like Jubilee and Armor and shit like that, and you team them up with the adult versions of the classic X-Men characters. Yep. And the classic X-Men are seen as mentors, and the story is actually about the young X-Men coming to grips with who they are and who they actually are and who they've developed into, while looking at these positive role models. Because the X-Men are they're allegories for race and sexual identity.
Yeah, of course.
And
marginalized people in general.
Yeah, and marginalized people in general. And that's how you tell that type of story without being so heavy-handed.
Yeah, I agree. Like the idea of throwing those characters directly into AVX makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. Why? I mean, I'm sure you can make up some bullshit, reason why, but that it just doesn't.
Like to me, you build up the X-Men over a phase, maybe even 2 phases. Right? Like, take your time. And what I'm saying is, like, I don't need them to interact more than, okay, you've got people like Wolverine who comes in, right? Like, you have your
one crossover character. Wolverine could be your crossover character like Spider-Man.
And that to me makes sense, right? Wolverine, for some reason, needs to be there. Teams up. He can do some damage with the Avengers. He's like, hey, these guys are all right. Like, they got a couple of assholes over there. I got a couple of assholes over here I deal with. Whatever. He can jump in between them. And because, look, people want to see Wolverine.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, I know people are kind of sick of him in the movies, but done right, like, he could be fucking awesome. Like, he could be an awesome. Imagine him standing next to an Iron Man and a Captain America. Like, Captain America being like, we're a team. And Wolverine's like, fuck teams, nigga. Let's kill shit. Like that works. Then with Spider-Man next to him, like, why are you so angry, little dog man? Like you need those kind of characters to pull off each other, right? So it can work. People are, I'm sick of Spider-Man. Yeah, until Tom Holland came back and they did him right, and people are like, okay, I'm really into this. So, you have that. You can build up the X-Men and Fantastic Four over 2 phases. Then, if you really want to do Dark Phoenix again, you could figure out a way to do AVX. But I think there's a better way to do that.
There's a better way to do it, and there's much better way to do Phoenix. Like you can't just Phoenix doesn't work if you don't fall in love with Jean Grey. If you don't develop some sort of emotional. Imagine if Captain America in the movie, if Chris Evans. Imagine if we found out Chris Evans was actually a Hydra agent, like they did in the comic books. Right. Everybody loves Chris Evans as Captain America.
Yeah, you could pull it off then.
You could pull it off. You would feel betrayed.
Yeah. Look, people were burning comic books as if storylines are real.
Right.
I can't believe they did this to him. By the way, where are all those people now? Oh, right, because Cap is back and it's fine. Right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because fucking calm down. You know, nerds
Imagine
drive me
Chris
crazy.
Evans, the man, spoke at the RNC. You would feel betrayed.
I would, because he is not about that life at all. That dude is trying to be Cap. He's like, yes, I'm retiring from the role, but in my spare time, in my real life, I will actually be Captain America, so it's cool. Don't worry. I'll be doing feats of heroics.
You voting for Chris Evans for president?
I think I might. I mean, he seems like he's on the right side of history. I would vote for him before I would vote for Black Adam for president. I can tell you that. Trust that dude.
I think he's a Republican.
Yeah, he most certainly. He makes way too much money to not be a Republican.
Yeah. No, he definitely is. Fuck The Rock. Anyway, just saying. Next up, I noticed you were laughing at this story when it came into our fan group.
Oh, yeah, I did laugh at it.
The Nerdpocalypse.com/fans. You're a dick. I am very upset by this news. Netflix cancels fucking Iron Fist after season 2, man.
They do a 180. They make everything interesting. They give you your Asian Iron Fist, and then they're like, yep, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. People were pretty pissed.
Yeah.
People were pretty pissed. They're like, but they did it right. And Netflix is like, not right enough. Sorry. Now, what I will say is Ted Sarandos, who runs Netflix, was like, look, we're very happy with all the Marvel Netflix shows, but no, we're done. We're done with this. But what's interesting is they had the right to cancel it, right? Like, you would think that Marvel would have some agreement, like, we have this many seasons of the show, and you sign that it's going to be on your network, and it is what it is. That's not how Netflix rolls. They were like, do season 1, do season 2, we're done. Like,
Yeah, like that's pretty funny.
Oh, you like it now? Good. Fuck you.
yeah, Orange is the New Black, getting 7 more seasons. Like, oh, come on, man. I don't want that. Yeah, so they canceled it, which sucks because it was getting good. Like, I actually really liked season 2.
It got really good. It got really, really interesting. And
They were like, nah.
yeah, they were like, nah, fuck you, yo.
Yes.
That'll teach you to doubt me. Oh, you like me now that I'm all glammed up, huh? Fuck you.
Yeah. If you couldn't accept me at my boring, you can't accept me at my
At my best.
At my best. There you go. So, so the question of the week is all about this. So, Micah, take it away.
With the news of Netflix canceling Iron Fist season 3, what are your thoughts for what happens to these series characters going forward? Coldest says Daughters of the Dragon. Cam says, I think they get folded into other shows to an extent. The Daughters of the Dragon versus Luke Cage next season makes perfect sense given how the last season ended. After that, bring Danny back from his travels in a Heroes for Hire series where Luke Cage is folded into that, and just move forward with only 4 Netflix series. I'm just gonna abbreviate some of these comments. Malcolm says, I better get a Shang-Chi and Danny Rand teaming up with Luke Cage in season 3, or else this is all Lamont's fault. Old crab in a barrel ass nigga. Some of that might have been edited. Brian says, move it over to Disney streaming, wrap up or do cliffhangers for the other shows, then announce they are also moving. Timing of this would be key. Stewart says, Netflix original movie to tie up the plot. The season 2 finale sets up. Have Danny and Colleen then be supporting characters in Luke Cage and send Mary to Daredevil. I am kind of surprised that Typhoid Mary did not get introduced in Daredevil.
Yo, she was so fucking good.
Yeah, she was.
I would kind of like, I mean, they haven't said, but I'd kind of love for her to show up in Daredevil. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
By the way, the talk is that Daredevil season 3 is the shit. They're saying it's really, really good. Like a real return to form.
Excellent. Because season 2 just shat the bed.
Yeah.
Leonardo says, I need like 15-minute video of Dan and Colleen, Misty and Luke cutting down leftover hand ninjas. They turn to Ash, so shooting and cutting them with iron weapons is no biggie. And then Colleen and Danny double punch an evil dragon in the heart. Lavera says, just make him a character that's more of an assist type, similar to Stark in Spider-Man Homecoming. I'd especially like to see this happen in the next Luke Cage. I'd even like to see another Defender season. Just make it less about him and make the threat actually credible this time. Look, it was all about the hand, man, and the hand sucks.
Stink.
The hand was very, very bad in this whole experiment.
Yeah. That was really the thing that really fucked them over is choosing that as the villain.
Yeah. Henry says Heroes for Hire featuring Cage and Rand. Marvel can also use it to bring in other characters such as She-Hulk, White Tiger, and Moon Knight. Heck, even Ghost Rider, Hulk, and Doc Strange can stop by, as they have been members of Heroes for Hire. Yeah, they ain't coming.
Nah, Doc.
Not the movie. Not the movie people. They'll make reference to them. Maybe. Will says, I hope we get a Daughters of the Dragon show with Danny popping in for a brief cameo like he did in Luke Cage Season 2. Brandon says, Heroes for Hire seems like the best choice. Also, folding both characters into one show will make it easier to fill 12 episodes without the usual 3 to 4 fillers. Jay says, make a Heroes for Hire show and done.
That's not me.
No, this is JAE. This is a normal J. Marvel and Disney is in the merger business nowadays anyway. Chris says, got a feeling given what happens at the end of Luke Cage Season 2, this is them pivoting towards a Heroes for Hire and Daughters of the Dragon series. 2-for-1 deal for Netflix. Got to give the people what they want. Kayla says, as long as the characters move on to other Marvel Netflix universes, I'm cool. Or to the other Marvel Netflix universe, I'm cool. And Anthony says Heroes for Hire on Marvel streaming, and then posts a picture of the outfits that Luke Cage and Iron Fist should have been wearing. Why wasn't, look, we all know that Finn Jones is master of the sunken chest, right?
Oh,
but he
come on.
So he's not gonna have.
Come on, man.
So he's not gonna be walking around. Nah. So he's not gonna be. Walking
the
around.
Fight scenes were a lot better, but nah. Like
he's not gonna be walking around shirtless, right?
Yeah, nobody needs.
But
that.
he's got like
the tracksuit. The tracksuit
has this badass black or yellow on black like reverse Bruce Lee tracksuit, man. Like that shit is badass.
And he's such a hip hop dork. Like
yeah, man.
Yeah, it should have been what he was wearing the whole season.
Yeah, it should have been, man.
And I felt like the one thing about Danny that they didn't seem to get right was his, like, they touched on sort of like his affinity sort of for like black culture or for rap and all that other stuff, just a little bit.
Yo, that guy was a walking appropriation machine.
Danny Rand, the character, yeah. Like, so he should have been a little bit more into, like, they made him almost a little too spiritual, I thought.
He was listening to Wu-Tang in his very first appearance in the very first
right,
episode.
like he should be listening to them all the time, or like other 90s rap all the time.
Doesn't Luke Cage like Wu-Tang?
That's what Luke Cage does, though, isn't it?
It's supposed to be, but I can't see that Luke Cage listening to Wu-Tang.
No, he would be like, oh, you know, Bach's latest is fire. Is that what the kids are saying? Dab.
I've got your back, so you had best to watch your front. Like, what are you doing?
Him dabbing is like me trying to do it, but looking way worse. You know, they actually buried the dab. Like, the show put out a tweet and they were like, here lies Luke Cage's dab. Like, we heard you. Like, we're sorry. Like, don't.
I thought he did it on purpose. He didn't do that on purpose?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like
Like fucking Hillary Clinton doing that shit. Like, yeah, okay.
Deplorables. Yeah. Terrible. And the dab looks really, I think the dab looks really stupid if you're not like 13. Like, if you can legally drink, don't ever do the dab.
What if you have to legit sneeze though?
That is how I sneeze. Yeah, it's such a weird. It's not really a dance. It's just like it's like an emote. Right? It's just like a Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. It's specifically made for like a video game.
What are you guys doing? Like, hello. Why? I don't know. Kids are weird. Your kid's gonna come over. Your kid's gonna be doing all that dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that shit.
Yeah. You're gonna have to explain to them like, don't do that. You look like an ass. Okay? Now let me tell you about Dr. Doom, the person you're named after. I'll tell you about this European despot. You're named after. All right. So
that's right, folks. My kid's name is Dr. Victor Von Doom Payne.
Yeah, I believe that. Or what was it? Somebody tweeted at Jessica Biel. They're like, "Why don't you name your son Batmo?" And she was like, "I'm not gonna do that." And Justin Timberlake responded, "Well, that sucks," which is pretty good. I like it. You should name your son Batmo, or a middle name. Like, you name him, whatever, Braden or Jaden or Raiden or whatever white kids are named. And then you name him Batmo as his middle name.
Yeah, why not?
Middle names are stupid. The worst.
Penn Jillette did it.
Yeah.
His daughter's name is Moxie Crime Fighter Gillette.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. That's 100% true.
Dead serious.
Yeah, because he was like, middle names don't mean anything.
It's like Zoltan or some shit.
He's like, fuck off. Who cares? I mean, Crime Fighter is a pretty sweet name. Like, crime fighting isn't just in my blood, it's in my name. All right, make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/premium. It's only $5 a month or $50 for the full year. You get not only video of this show, you get full episodes of Look Forward, which is our political podcast. You get episodes of The Men with the Golden Tongues, which is our spy movie podcast. You get No Time to Bleed, which is our action movie podcast, which we were just talking about which episode or what we're going to do for the next episode. So look forward to that. It's ridiculous. Can't wait.
Yeah. It's an awful lot of manliness. Yeah. Just every manliness. All over the place.
Yeah. So look forward to that. My favorite fucking actor. Yeah, so sign up, $5 a month or $50 for the full year. Also, you get the Airing of Grievances, which is our Seinfeld show, which is highly embarrassing for us. So we tell really super personal stories, way more personal than this show ever gets, but it is hilarious. Okay, what the fuck brought to you by JTD? Micah, take it away.
Miriam Nabatsani is a 40-year-old woman from Uganda's Mukono district and has been dubbed the African country's most fertile woman after it was reported that she had given birth to 44 children.
44?
In her home village, Miriam is known as
Come Get Some?
Nalongo Muzala Bana, which means the twin mother that produces quadruplets. And that nickname is well earned. In the 18 years that she has spent being a brood mother, the woman has given birth.
Broodmare is a hilarious word. It's terrible, but it's funny.
The woman has given birth to 6 sets of twins, 4 sets of triplets, 3 sets of quadruples, God. As well as a few single births.
In her spare time, she's like.
Out of the 44 children that she brought into this world, 38 are still alive, most of them still living at the family at home. Miriam is a single mother. Niggas ain't shit.
God damn. Jeez, Lord mercy.
And although providing for such a large family, she somehow manages to put enough food on the table for everybody.
Oh, man.
Whoring herself out, apparently.
You want a kid? You want 7 of them? I'm your lady.
Like, no, I don't. I don't.
She is she's a pinball machine or a gumball machine for babies.
Dr. Charles Kagundu.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, is that how you pronounce
I'm sorry, but that name is funny.
I mean, it sounds like I'm being racist, but
yeah, I know.
Kiggundu. Kagundu.
Yeah.
Charles Kagundu, a gynecologist at Mulago Hospital in Kampala, Uganda.
Stop just making up words.
What are you doing, Africa? Told the Daily Monitor that the cause of Miriam's extreme fertility is most likely genetic. Quote, her case is genetic predisposition. All these weird ass fucking African names. Her genetic predisposition to hyperovulate, which significantly increases the chance of having multiples. It is always genetic. Having multiple births is not good, guys. It's not.
It's fucking terrifying.
It's not. It's. The kids are very lucky if they come out. Like multiples is not. Human beings are not meant to.
Yeah, it's not
birth a litter of children.
I was going to say, you're not a dog.
Multiple times. That's insane.
Right.
Yeah, she is definitely a rarity. What?
You hitting it? Everybody else in Africa has.
With what? Fucking Norplant? Stop fucking having kids.
Yeah, that's insane. She's got
44 children, my nigga? Come on, stop. Why do you... you can't even walk next... You can't even walk next to her and be like, hey, what's going on, girl? She'd be like, pregnant again? Your fault. Like,
so is it... Yeah, so is it...
sorry.
I guess it's different men, right? Like she's like...
I would hope so.
She's like a reverse basketball player?
What does that mean?
That means that basketball players usually have 44 kids by multiple women, and this one woman has 44 kids by multiple men. Yeah.
She's a looker. It's not really it's not my tempo. Yeah, this is a wild story though, man. This is a wild story.
That's crazy.
38 children that are still alive. That to me is the most remarkable, by the way.
Yeah.
Like you would think of 44 kids, she would have lost a lot more kids. I mean, losing a kid, period, is really rough. But to just keep having that many children is just wild. I mean, I assume they don't have birth control there. I mean, they're living in pretty dire situation. I mean, all jokes aside.
You ain't got no Xbox, man. So what else you got to do?
44 kids. Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of goddamn children.
I don't know how she can afford to take care of any of these kids. Let alone 38 of them.
After the Daily Monitor featured Miriam's story in April of last year, a crowdfunding campaign was set up for her on GoFundMe, and it managed to raise $10,000 in a month.
She's gonna need a lot more than $10,000.
Like, what the fuck?
That's a drop in the bucket, dude.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You got 38 kids. Well, between 1994
Yeah,
and now.
there it is. Care for Miriam and her 38 children. Look at that family photo. Jesus Christ.
They can barely get them all in.
Right. God damn.
That's wild, man.
That's wild, man.
What's the most, like, in America, we had Octomom?
Yeah, we had
8.
That's Sal.
Add 30 more.
Right.
You're crazy.
That's
Nigga, I'm 37.
I'm 38. She has as many kids as I have years of life. That is a wild number.
She has as many lifetimes as you have had years of your one life.
Yeah.
Weird, man.
Yeah. Wow, man. The dudes in that neighborhood are just, y'all are some foul niggas, yo. Y'all just showing up, knocking it down, having 47 other kids, and then bouncing. How's she a single mom? She couldn't keep one of these dudes around? Not one?
I'd have threatened one with physical violence.
I'm like, me and my 12 kids gonna jump you if you don't stay here.
Like, I got 3 of them that are fucking 27. Like,
they ready to bank your ass if you don't, you live in here now.
Did you open mine?
Yes, I did. I'm closing it.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
not looking at the pictures.
All right, Terrence, you're up.
Stomach churning moment. Doctors removed a 15-centimeter long parasitic worm from a man's eye.
Yo, come on.
I'm not looking at the pictures.
Don't.
Footage has emerged of disgusting
Nope, I have
moment.
to see
Doctors
it.
removed a large parasitic worm from a man's eye. The 60-year-old unnamed patient went to hospital.
No,
This is in India. I don't like eye shit.
Don't, yo, for real.
First of all,
Did you look at it?
Knows the story.
No, you got
I
to.
skipped past the
No,
fucking-
you have to.
No,
you have
I
to.
don't have to do anything.
Be black and die.
He was seen by Dr. Shrikant Shetty,
Did you want to scroll down a little bit?
who decided the best course of action would be to remove the worm immediately because it was putting the patient's eyesight at risk.
Yeah, like, look at
Intricate
this.
procedure.
He didn't even fucking break.
It shows Dr. Shetty carefully removing the parasite
That's wild.
and placing it in a plastic container where the
All right.
true size of the creature is
Here's the
revealed.
parasite.
A close-up. The worm is believed to be Wucheru, whatever, a type of roundworm. That's disgusting. I'm done. I'm not looking at this.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I feel,
you,
I,
JTD.
yeah, I feel like you kind of have to look at it, Mr. Like, oh, horror movies don't scare me.
This is not a horror movie. This is real life shit, nigga. Real
Right.
life. No. Nah, I don't like anything having to do with eyes or parasites or anything of that nature.
This is my life. I'm not trying to make trends.
I'm good. I don't need to see it.
Yeah, that's pretty. That image is horrifying.
How did you get a parasite in your eye and you don't realize it until the shit is 17 centimeters?
I don't know, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. That's what I do.
I'm
now.
not looking at it. Nah.
Yeah, I'm on to the next story. That shit was.
I mean,
that shit was
mine ain't no fucking better. A man contracted a rare fatal disease from eating squirrel brains, which is terrifying to me because I definitely would try it. According to a recently uncovered medical case from 2015, one man may have died after eating one too many squirrels.
One too many?
I feel like one should be enough. But I guess
Squirrel brains?
I probably just ate the whole thing.
How did he fucking cook it?
Fucking barbecue that bitch.
Let me tell you something, yo.
You not trying squirrel?
I've tried squirrel.
I feel like I would.
I have.
Nigga, a squirrel is a rodent. It is classified as a rodent.
Okay.
I ain't eating no fucking rat cousin, man. That shit is just a pretty rat.
Okay,
Nah, yo.
hold on.
I'm not.
Before
It's a nature rat. Fuck that shit, man.
But before you get on your high horse, you eat crabs. Crabs are nothing but sea bugs.
That's fine.
That's a sea cockroach.
That's fine. You
That's
know
a
what
cousin of a cockroach. You eating a cockroach?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
all
eating
right
a
then.
sea bug. That's fine. I ain't eating no fucking rat, yo. This ain't Demolition Man.
That's not right. There's a rat burger. That's pretty good.
Motherfucker, you had a stroke. Of course it's the best burger you've had. I'm just happy you can keep it in your mouth. Fuck you.
He has Bell's palsy. I don't think he had a stroke.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You fucking asshole.
Same difference.
This person developed Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, a rare brain disorder caused by misfolding brain proteins called prions. Prion proteins are unique, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this dude went a little nutty by eating too many squirrels.
Brains.
You're welcome. For obvious reasons, this is not a common disease, but it does crop up sometimes. One remote tribe in Papua New Guinea experienced an epidemic of the disease in the 1950s. So this guy, obviously in 2015, thought, hey, fuck it. I'll eat a lot of squirrel brains.
Yeah, I'll try it.
I would try it. I don't think I would eat...
Yo,
I mean, have you eaten the
if you
brains
eat-
of any animal?
If you eat rat brain, you deserve whatever you get.
It's not a rat.
It's a
rodent
rodent.
brain.
It's a rodent.
But my question is, have you eaten the brain of any animal?
No, I haven't
Knowingly.
eaten the brain of any animal.
I have. I've had sheep's brain ravioli. It was delicious. Explains a lot. It was delicious.
Have you eaten any brain?
Like, what's in hot dogs?
Probably.
Like, you know what?
Yeah, probably.
Like, I don't know. Possible. But not like...
Knowingly?
No. Not knowingly.
I've never eaten any brain knowingly. Now let's look at us. Two men of normal height and 4 heads of hair.
Oh,
Fuck off.
And this motherfucker's eating brains. and it's got a struggle bed going.
I mean, these are true facts. As they would say, these are big facts.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good, actually.
Don't they serve like cow brain, or is that tongue that they serve?
I've had cow tongue.
I've had cow tongue before.
Well, they don't serve cow brain?
Probably.
What gave you mad cow disease?
Eating cow brains. Cows eating cow brains that had a parasite in it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, eating cow brains does not give you mad cow.
What were they eating in the best Indiana Jones movie?
Chilled monkey brains.
Yeah, okay.
That scene was disgusting, by the way.
It really was. It
okay.
was like,
Yeah, I didn't. As a kid, I was like, "Yo, this is the best Indiana Jones movie," but I didn't care for it.
Mm-hmm. It was gross.
Motherfucker eats brains and thinks Indiana Jones 2 is the best.
It's not the best one. Indiana Jones 3 is the best one.
Yes.
And Temple of Doom is the second best. That is a fact. We got into a huge argument about that on the show. It was ridiculous. No, you're the idiot. Trailers this week before we get out of here. Destroyer, starring Nicole Kidman in Ugly Face.
Yeah, man. Looks good.
It's a pretty intense movie.
I didn't know what to expect from this thing.
No, not at all. Do you think she's going for an Oscar for this?
Yeah, I do, because it's playing against type, and that's a trick that actors do when they don't want to go full retard, in quotes. They play against type, and they dramatically play against type, and yeah, this will get her looks.
Yeah. I think so.
This will get her looks. Is directed by a woman, which is a good thing in this particular. It's a good thing in general, but in this particular climate,
sure,
it will drive people to go see it. And if they play the politics right, yes, this can be nominated for an Oscar easily. And I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good,
and it, I'm not saying it's not deserving of it. It looks really good. Like I want to check it out.
All right, Terrence, your thoughts?
It looks good. I want to see it.
It's in theaters in December, so
yeah.
They're aiming right down the barrel for that.
All right.
Next up, the Kid Who Would Be King. This is directed by the same guy who directed Attack the Block. Sort of a modern retelling of a King Arthur tale.
Yeah, it's a no for me, dog.
I'm getting a lot of Goonie feelings on this one. I like it. I dig it. It looks fun.
It looks like it's for children.
Definitely.
Definitely. It's not my.
Is that why you're kind of out?
No, I've never been a sword and sorcery like I've never seen Excalibur. Like I've never been that type.
I don't
of
think
guy.
I've seen it either. I don't do medieval shit.
It's so good. It's super 80s though. It's like super twisted 80s.
Yeah, like I didn't see that King. I didn't see that other movie. Don't
do that. Don't do that.
What was it called?
The Guy Ritchie one?
Yeah.
Legend of the King or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. It was terrible. No one should have seen that movie. And frankly, looking at the numbers, no one did.
Yeah, I'm just not into that particular genre of fandom. But if you are,
you're not a fantasy. You're not a real fantasy guy.
I'm not a particularly high fantasy guy. But I have stuff that I watch. But like Lord of the Rings was good. I never need to see one of those things again, ever. Ever. And
you didn't see any of the Hobbit movies?
No.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Those movies were not good. But yeah, I'm digging this. This looks actually pretty fun.
Well, I don't like high fantasy. Ain't no black people in it.
There isn't this? This
is based off of high fantasy. It's urban high fantasy.
Yeah, urban, black,
which is a good like twist on it.
I mean, they've got
that.
I do like the fact that it's like Arthur and his knights it's Arthur who is white, or whatever the stand-in is for Arthur, is white. He's got the black chick.
I'm assuming is Guinevere. Is that her name?
Maybe not, because these are the knights. These are not.
Oh, Guinevere wasn't a knight?
No.
Oh,
Guinevere was not a knight.
Oh.
And then you've got a black woman or a black young girl. You've got an Indian kid, and then another white kid. Like that's pretty cool. Like a nice bit of diversity. I mean, it's modern London, so
checking all them boxes. That's fine.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
I mean, this gave me Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief vibes.
I could see that.
And I haven't seen those movies. They might be good, but that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting.
Yeah, and those are high fantasy mythology movies.
Yeah, I wanted to read the books, but those
are very young people books, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's almost low enough for your reading level. So yeah, you're probably good. Almost. Yeah. It's one step too high. All right. Your thoughts on this, Terrence?
I mean, it's cute. I have no desire to see it.
There you go. All right. Let's see. Next week we'll be back. We'll have
y'all will be back. I will not be here.
You're not in next week?
No.
Fuck you.
Have to celebrate the anniversary of my marriage.
Oh, all right. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that. Make sure you have some brains so you can come back and talk about it. Or squirrel meat.
No.
I'm gonna tell your wife to go take you to a squirrel restaurant.
We have black squirrels. Like
the fuck is a black squirrel?
Nigga, a black squirrel.
Yeah, like nigga squirrel.
As black as his hair.
That's a nigga squirrel.
Yeah, apparently they're all around DC.
Yo, it's wild, man.
What's up, bro?
Wild.
What you doing around here? You got some nuts or what?
You're looking like a spook and shit. Put your nuts on the floor.
Yo. That was for Anthony. All right, guys. We will see you next time.
See ya.
Oh, my God.
Bye. You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.